W's, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Play the beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready, yellow lady. Sit. Left out defense. Left out defense.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup, first down New Orleans. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Right here. We go 21. Hey, orbit.
From the 40 now on second down. Breeze. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Eddie Goldman never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Throwing now is Breeze. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Bears take over. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
First down, a run with Cohen. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Trubisky. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. In for the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Mike, check, 59. Here we go.
Breeze now on first down. That'll be complete to Cook. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 19.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Yellow waiting. Check. No. Got one.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Opposite.
They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 3-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. From the 22, Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. And taken right on the 30. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Breeze now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 35. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And Cook has it, left side. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Breeze going to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Open man is Michael Thomas. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Ready. 95-56. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Check. Score. They're running it.
On 1st down, Breeze. It's Hill, complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Kamara trying the right side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara as the first half is winding down. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Bears 7.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Bears are first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Trying to lay one up deep. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. He sets the fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with it. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around, not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Sammy! Watch the whip. Check. Easy, opposite.
They run it again with Kamara. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Check 31. Hey, Q. Watch out. Hey,
A 10th carry for Kamara. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
And the Saints first down.
Ready?
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
14. 59. On the army. Hey, Alpha. Check Mike is 59.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one is right down Broadway. And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check 56. Let's get it together.
They try again with Cohen. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Hey, Delta.
Now it's Trubisky, eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep, and got his man, complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A huge play there for Chicago. 45 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. As his guys are in for 6. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Opposed to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Go! Let's go!
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ready.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. From midfield, here's Breeze. He's got Smith here. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. On 2nd down, Kamara. And some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 26 and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Kamara. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Kick. Whoa. Run. 59 Mike. Say, 2. Hey, defense, let's go. Mike's 59. Here we go. Check 59, Mike, give me 1.
Now Breeze. Forced out to his left. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and it's 3rd and 5. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Fielded about a yard deep.
That's it. You go
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Trubisky to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts.
Ready?
As the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you what, they were big favorites coming in, but they had to work for this one.
It certainly wasn't the walk in the park that you expected coming into this one. I have a suspicion that in their meetings next week,